Hey ladies, Jen here from Function Junction. Thanks very much for watching this presentation. The whole reason why we do this presentation is really just to help you guys. We get so many emails and so many people come to our gym asking for just to grow their bum and just to have a bum that they can feel confident about, a bum that they can put on any pair of jeans and just look absolutely awesome. And you know, at the end of the day, like it's a statement piece. You know, how your bum looks just kind of gives you the image that shows that you train and you're healthy and you're fit. So what we've done is we've just created a little slideshow just to try and just get rid of all the kind of myths out there and just try and make it simple and easy for you to just make a change and start getting your bum to fire and get it to grow. So when we created this, we started off with 5 reasons, but we actually threw in a 6 just to kind of look after you, because there's one that we completely forgot, and that's that you sit down too much as well. So we'll go through all of it, and I'm sure you'll get a lot of value out of this. All right, so the main thing is just to find reasons why it's not working, and then learn how to get them to actually work. All right, so this is for people who train hard but still can't get the booty they want. All right, so me and the coaches at FJ, we spoke about this and we discussed what's the actual, like the 5 or 6 really important things, and we found that the most common things are these. So number 1, your glutes don't fire. Now for a lot of you that just doesn't make any sense. Don't worry, we'll talk it out. Number 2, your squat technique is incorrect. Now that's a big one. All right. Number 3, you do way too much cardio. All right, so that's something we'll talk about as well. Number 4, your diet doesn't support growth. All right. Number 5, you don't know which exercises are best. And number 6, you sit down way too much. All right. Okay, so what we've decided is we'll start off with this one. All right, so you sit down way too much. So what that means is there is a bunch of us who, you know, this is the way of the world now. We sit down a lot, we're at the desk a lot for work, and you know it will accumulate up to like 40 plus hours a week if you're taking the tube into town for work, or driving an hour to work and back. You know, it's a lot of sitting down. So your bum just wants to go to sleep anyway. It's just in a relaxed state the whole time. But you'll find that if your bum's not working, you might have back problems as well, and it just all accumulates. I mean, a lot of the time, low back problems are caused by the fact that your bum just doesn't work. All right, so that's something to deal with. You need to be active. You need to go for a walk. Like if you've been driving for long, have a little stretch. You know, like when you get out, or you know, if you've been sitting at the desk all day, like get up. Like what you should do is like set an alarm on your phone when you're at work for an hour. So you do whatever you can in that hour, and then get up and just walk around. Like think about all the people that go out for a smoke break. Like you're just gonna go have a little walk, like 2 minutes, and then come back and then smash another hour and then get up and go for another walk again. I guarantee you that will just help just everything, your productivity, your body, your mental state, everything. All right, next thing, your squat technique is incorrect. So this is one that is really hard, and I'd recommend you put the research into it. But the most important thing is, number 1, to have the mobility to be able to go deep enough in your squat, number 1. Number 2, to then have the stability in your squat to make sure that you're not falling around, you can hold a steady posture, you can keep your core tight. And then, you know, then you start talking about technique, and that's about keeping your weight on your heels, driving your bum back, keeping your chest up, keep your core tight, but really push your knees out as well. So it's pretty well known that if you're not going below 90, your glutes aren't really under enough tension. So it's only once you go below 90 degrees that your bum and hamstrings actually come into play. All right, and that's where you want to work. No woman wants to get big, chunky thighs. Like no one wants that. You don't want chunky thighs and no ass. We call it flat ass. You don't want that. No one wants that. So work on your squat technique. Next thing, your glutes don't fire. So this is the main reason for a lot of injuries. So if you play sport and you've torn your hamstring, playing netball or hockey or whatever, the likelihood is it's because your bum does not fire. And then for the general population, like if you've got low back problems, it's because your bum doesn't fire, your glutes don't fire. So you got to kind of think that the glutes are the biggest muscle in the body, and you want them to explode energy from your glutes to the rest of your body. So if you were to squat, you want your bum to trigger first, and then that energy disperses down your legs and up your body. Okay, you don't want your hamstrings to fire first and then your bum, because then it means it's going to implode into your low back section. So what you got to think about is you want to get your bum to fire, and there's loads of little exercises you can do that will just help you address that. And once you get that firing pattern right, so once it's glutes first and then everything else, everything changes. Your performance changes, your ability to run will be better, your ability to squat will be better, you won't have back pain, and it all has a massive knock-on effect afterwards. So you have to get your glutes to fire. Next one is you do way too much cardio. Alright, and that this is hard. You know, a lot of people think that you have to eat less and train more, and that is bullshit. Like, that is not the way to do it. Okay, if you're running on the treadmill, 4, 5, 6 hours a week, and you hardly probably even eating, you're at a state where you're literally burning fat and muscle at the same rate all the time. Your body's never in a chance to actually grow. So many people come to us and say, I really want to get toned. What does that mean? Toned means more muscle, less fat. Okay? As a woman, you're not going to get massive, you're not going to get huge. Alright? That's just impossible. Okay? So get rid of that kind of mindset that you're going to get huge, and think about how it is going to benefit you to be strong, to be healthy, to be fit. Like, what we constantly talk about at FJ is about empowering women, and the only way you feel empowered is when you realize that your body can do things much more than you ever believed, and that's strong, that's powerful. Alright, so you got to try and get away from the thing that the only way you're going to look lean is if you do cardio every day. Alright, food is not a reward, and exercise is not punishment. Okay, so get that away from you. Like, don't do cardio to think that, oh my word, I drank last night, so I need to do cardio, or I had a cocktail with the girls last night, so I need to run 2 hours on the treadmill. That is bullshit. No, you've got to think about strength training. Alright, how you can get your whole body moving all the time, and that way your body will adapt, your body will change massively. Alright, so get rid of the treadmills and get squatting, get lunging. Your next one, your diet doesn't support growth. Alright, so we touched on this before, and I'll tell you now, like, it's hard. Like, a lot of people now talk about macros. Macros is very important. You probably don't even know what macros are. Essentially, they are your proteins, your carbs, and your fats, and it's about getting the right ratio for you as an individual. And then when you're doing strength training, you need to have a diet that supports the growth, supports the calorific requirements that these muscles need for energy, and therefore for growth. And if you do that right, and if you get that right balance, then what actually happens is this awesome effect of being able to increase your resting metabolism. If you increase a little bit of lean muscle mass in your body, what actually happens is your ability to burn more fat at rest is raised. Now, how awesome would that be? You go to work the next day and you get to sit down at your desk and be like, man, I'm burning fat right now. I trained so well last night, I'm eating so good, I'm getting stronger, and I'm burning fat at rest. Now that's a place to be. That's worth getting a diet locked on. Alright? And then finally, you've got number 6, you don't know which exercises are best. Alright, and that's fine. Look, I mean, in a world like today where there's so much information out there in every magazine and every slide that you get and whatever, every app, every Instagram picture, whatever, it's all this information. Okay, we have all this information. We are very information qualified in that sense, but then there's no direct implementation. Okay, and that's why there are coaches. That's why there are people like us that actually, you know, we do so well, because we know the science. We've tried and tested it over years and years and years, and then we just implement it. Okay, and that's what you need to pay for. You need to pay for implementation. Okay, so you got to think about, you know, your big exercises are your squats, your lunges, you know, your deadlifts, your Romanian deadlifts, your single leg deadlifts, you know, and it can go on and on and on. But, you know, if you get all the other things right, and then you get your diet right, and you get your, you know, your activity level up, and you start doing strength training, you know, you'll start doing a lot better. All right. But if you've watched all the way till now, then what I'm going to do is, firstly, I want to say thank you. Hope you got some good value out of this, and you can start kind of shifting towards the mentality of doing strength training. All right. That's the only way you're going to look toned. That's the only way you're going to feel confident in your body all the time. Okay, and it's a sustainable confidence. It's a sustainable lifestyle of strength training, you know, because you always want to get stronger. You always want to be better, you know. So if you watch all the way here, I'm going to give you something extra, a little bonus. Okay, it's something that we're going to just look after you a little bit more. It's going to be 6 days of training, where each day we'll send you a little bit of training. All right, and it's some glute drills. Okay, so it's some expo things that we've done over the years, tried and tested, and it's little exercises that you can do at home or in the gym that will just improve the way your bum works, basically. So we can just get it firing better. Okay, obviously, you know, to get the bum that you want may take 12 to 16 weeks of actual strength training. All right, but initially you need to get the glute firing patterns right. So what we will offer you, what Team FJ is going to offer you, is 6 days of a little glute exercise each day. So all you need to do is opt in after this presentation. Just opt in, send us your deets, and it will get sent to you ASAP. And you'll have a coach contact you throughout the whole thing, and guarantee you'll get your bum. You'll definitely feel your bum working. That's for sure. So download, enjoy it, and we look to hearing from you soon. So thank you very much. Hope you have a sick day, and get training. You know, earn your strong. That's what we talk about. You got to go earn your strong. All right. Cheers. Bye.